Hey everyone, it's Babs here with our next installment of Pajama Walk virtual events. We wish we could be meeting in person, and hopefully, we'll see you guys in a couple of weeks at the trunk or treat that we're going to have in partnership with AIM in Franklin, Tennessee. Details to come about that. But last week, we asked a hero and we heard from Officer Brenna Hosey about all the cool things that she's done as a police officer and what she likes to do in her free time. It was a really fun event, and we hope you enjoyed it. Today, we have Mr. Bond's Science Show. We're going to have a really cool event with tons of science experiments for us to learn more about science, and we're looking forward to that. Next weekend, we have Cody Clark's Magic Show and the Captain Spectrum Story. And so that'll be on October 23rd at 10 a.m. The magician Cody Clark is a magician who travels the country and has perfected magic. So we are excited to have him. He happens to also be an adult on the spectrum. And we'll also hear Captain Spectrum's story about kindness and focusing on ending bullying. We'll finish out the month with our trunk or treat, and we'll have more details about that. So now we are going to, I need to thank my sponsors before we do that. Let me find my sponsor sheet. I want to thank our sponsors for hosting this event for us and supporting Autism Tennessee all year round. Thank you so much for Sherrard Rowe, Boynton Harbison, Draymore, Bridgestone Americas, Frisk Cressy Ventures, Kay Griffin, Keystone Wells Fargo, the Frisk Center for Autism and Innovation, Hall Strategies, Autism in Motion Clinics, and Jones Therapy Services. So thank you guys so much for sponsoring this event. We are grateful to have you as partners. We'll give you some tips about raising money through the virtual pajama walk later after the show. So with that, let's go ahead and we have two cute commercials and then we're ready. Okay, we ready for our commercials?
Thanks to Jones Therapy Services for supporting Autism Tennessee and kids like me.
Thank you to Sherrard and Rowe for supporting families like mine.
Thank you so much to our sponsors. Now I am going to bring Mr. Bond's Science Show on screen. Welcome, welcome. Oh, you're muted.
Sorry, my hands were full of dry ice. Good morning, guys. My name is Covalent Bond. I'm with Mr. Bond and the Science Guys. We're going to be doing a bunch of cool things, mostly with dry ice today. Here's a quick look at what we're going to be using. This is dry ice. It is negative 109 degrees below zero, meaning that if you touch it with your bare fingers, then you'll get a burn. You never want to touch dry ice with your bare fingers, and you never want to put dry ice in a pressurized container like a bottle with a top. But today, we're going to show off a little bit about what dry ice likes to do. It likes to sublimate, which means to turn from a solid, as in the solid blocks of ice, to a gas, just like this. And the cool thing about this gas is that it's actually fizzy. This is what makes soda fizzy. I can pour it on my head all I want. I can even take a taste of it. Blow it out my nose. So this is called carbon dioxide gas, and it's what you breathe out every time you breathe out. So everyone take a deep breath in for me, and breathe it out. So every time you breathe out, you're breathing out this stuff. It's pretty cool. Now, I thought we would do some explosions with it, because the cool thing about this stuff is that the gas expands as it gets warmer. So if we take a little bit of this stuff and put it inside of a small container with a top. Now, keep in mind, we are not using a container that has a turn-on lid. You never want to use a turn-on lid. It creates too much pressure and it can explode with the force to blow your hands off. So, we're not going to use any kind of turn-on lid. We're going to use a snap-on lid, just like this. If you guys want to do this experiment at home, it's very easy. All you need is Alka-Seltzer tablets. They expand carbon dioxide gas as well. So if you grab a few Alka-Seltzer tablets from your regular grocery store, get a film canister, or you could even use a milk bottle with a pop-on, pop-off lid, add a little bit of water, and you could use dry ice from your local Publix or Kroger, or You could get Alka-Seltzer from any store, really. Drop it on in there. It starts to produce a gas. Now, as this is producing a gas, the gas expands and gets larger inside of the container. So when I put the top on here, it should take only about 3, 2. All right, that was a bit quicker than that, right? Let's try it again. All right, 3, 2, 1, now. Right? Excellent. So this is pretty cool because it goes so fast. Now you're going to see the gas start to slow down after a little while because our dry ice gets a bit smaller as well as the water gets colder. As the water gets colder, the gas starts to come out more slowly, and more slowly. Let's try it a few more times. All right, 3, 2, 1, now. Excellent. Give it another go. But this time, why don't we try something different? I'm going to put it inside of here and we're going to see what it does. All right, so I'm going to snap it on, turn it over, let go. And we don't want to look over this because it could go off at any second. So 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right. Now, that one's pretty cool. I like to do that one with a long tube so I can shoot it like a cannon. That one's pretty cool. But I thought we'd move on to our bigger cannon over here. This is a slightly bigger version of the first experiment with the film canister. This is just a vase, and these cups fit very nicely in the top. Perfectly. So when we put a little bit of water and dry ice inside of here, the gas is going to be expanding. It's going to get larger inside of the container. As it gets too large for the container, when you put a cup on top, it's going to blast that cup off. Are you guys ready? Let's check it out. Now remember, I'm only using a glove when I touch the dry ice so it doesn't burn me. Right, that's about all we need. Now we're going to add a little bit of water, and watch as I add the water. Now, dry ice is cool because it doesn't actually melt. Melt is a bad word to use for dry ice because melting is showing that something is turning from a solid to a liquid. This stuff is actually turning from a solid to a gas. There is liquid inside of here, but that's only to hurry up the process, to make it sublimate faster. So if you can, guys, can you guys say the word sublimate for me? Sublimate. Now I'm going to grab a few of our cups. All right. Now, what we're going to do, we're going to put our cups on top and then give them a good old whack. There we go. 3, 2, 1, now. Kind of flying all over the place, aren't they? Now let's give it another go, another whack. Get my cups in order. All right, 3, 2, 1. All right, now it should go off any second, anytime. Now, it went off really quickly. Let's try it again. So now I can shoot it at the camera all I want. Hopefully I don't hit the camera. That would be bad, right? So again, what is happening inside of the chamber? The gas is turning, or the solid dry ice is turning into a gas. You can see the bubbles there. As it does that, it gets warmer and warmer. As it gets warmer, it expands to fill the space. Gases really love to expand to fill the space, especially as they get warmer. As they get warmer, they'll expand and fill the space. And actually, the reason that warm gases go up is because they're expanding to fill the space. All right, you ready? 3, 2, 1. Nice. All right, now let's move on to our next thing. This is a pretty cool one. This doesn't have anything to do with dry ice. This is my lie detector. Now, this is a pretty cool lie detector. It will go up when it detects a lie. Give it a second. Nice. All right. Now, the cool thing about it is that when it does not detect a lie, it will not go up. So let's try it again. This time I'm going to tell a lie or tell the truth. I am a 23-year-old science teacher. Let's go. And we can see it's not really going up much. It's going up slowly. All right, now let's try it again. This time I'm going to tell a lie. I am a 12-year-old girl who loves chemistry class. That's a lie. I do like chemistry class, but I'm not a 13-year-old girl, right? All right, let's tell another lie. Let's go again. The grass is orange. Give it a moment. Give it a moment. Eventually, the grass is not orange, right? Oh, okay. Yeah, the grass is definitely not orange. Now, let's tell the truth. Some of my favorite experiments are dry ice experiments. There we go. That's the truth. All right. If we try it again, let's think. Let's think. Another lie. I hate science. That one's a big old lie. Now, I want to tell you a secret. The secret is that I've been lying to you this whole time. This is not a lie detector. This just boils at the temperature of your skin or your blood, 98 degrees below zero or above zero. So what we are going to do is I'm going to show you how I made it not go. If I reach my hand in my pocket here, I've got a little piece of dry ice. Now, my pocket protects my hand from the dry ice, so I can hold on to the dry ice. It'll make my right hand cold, and my left hand is my regular hand temperature, about 98 degrees. So when I hold onto this with my left hand, it'll go up. Let's check it out. This is because the liquid inside of here boils at the temperature of your skin. My hands are a bit cold right now because it's a bit cold in here. Should boil eventually. 3, 2, 1. Almost there. There we go. But if I hold it with the other hand, that is cold, and I have to make it cold again. I'm just going to hold on to my dry ice with my glove. My glove is going to get cold a little bit faster. All right. Then I hold on to this. It's even going to go down, so it's not going to do much at all. So it's all relative to the temperature of my hands. All right, let's keep moving. So now I thought we would make some beautiful music. Do you guys like music? I love music personally. And I actually create my own music using science. I hope you guys enjoy it. And I hope your speakers can handle it. I'm going to put on my glove again to protect my hands from the dry ice. Grab my piece of dry ice. You can see it's producing a gas. And then I'm going to take this metal pan. And I'm going to push it up against it. You guys ready? 3, 2, 1. What a lovely sound. Was that good? Could you hear it? Was it cool? Let's try it again. Don't you just love my beautiful singing voice? I think I have the prettiest singing voice out there, personally. Just check it out. I've got a few different sounds I can produce. Not bad at all. So you can change the sound that is produced by just changing the spot on the metal. And what happens here, guys, is as the dry ice is melting, it's very, very cold. So it's negative 109 degrees below zero. So cold, in fact, I've got to put it down for a second so my hands can warm up. But basically, as I push the dry ice up against the metal, that gas is still trying to get out. And when it can't get out in between the metal and the ice, it starts to make the metal vibrate. Now, vibrations can also make sounds. We can test this by putting our hand on our throat. Everyone put your hand on your throat and hum. Ah, moo, ah, You can feel the vibrations in your throat because we use vibrations to create sounds. Now, if I go back to my dry ice and I push it up against here, I can feel the vibrations of this through my hand here. So ready? I can feel those vibrations as they're happening, which is awesome, right? All right, now I thought we'd do something a little cool. We're going to do some bubbles. I'm going to take this out of here. Unfortunately, our wire unplugged and there's nothing to hang it on. All right, so now we are going to add a little bit of Ninja fluid. This is called Ninja fluid. It took me 8 years to collect this much Ninja fluid, 8 whole years of squeezing ninjas. I'm going to add a little bit of my Ninja fluid in here. And a little bit of dry ice as well. Here in just a second, we're going to have our bubbles. There we go. Now these are pretty cool. Parents, if you want to do this at home for Halloween coming up, all you need is a little bit of Ninja fluid, soap, and some dry ice. You can get dry ice if you're 18 or older from Publix. And then you can take these bubbles, you can put them on your head. Makes you have extra brains, right? That's what I think about it. You can also throw them up in the air. They look really cool when they're up in the air. Go up a little less, looks a little cooler. It's great for little ones because they can just poke at the bubbles, pop each one, and a little bit of that carbon dioxide gas comes out each time, which is pretty awesome. I love this one for Halloween. And it will keep growing and keep growing and keep growing until you run out of your dry ice. Check out those bubbles. Now the reason behind this one, guys, is because of surface tension. The soap increases the surface tension of the liquid. So as the gas comes out of the liquid, it drags a bit of water with it and creates a bubble. Let's try her again. I really love these bubbles. They're so fun to play with. Whew. All right, let's go on to our next thing. Now, I didn't use a glove to get it out of the water because if I put my glove in the water, it would get it wet, and the next time I touched the dry ice, my hands would get an instant burn. But while my hands are underneath the water, my hands are somewhat protected from the dry ice. I do not suggest that you guys touch the dry ice ever. I'm a trained professional, guys. You are trained kids. Cool? All right, let's go on to our next thing. I thought we'd do a little bit of lasers. I'm going to turn out the light really quickly. All right, it's a little bit darker in here. Now we can check out our laser. This one's pretty cool. This is a blue laser. It's going to take a second for it to focus up. You can see it there. Now what we're going to do with this, we're going to grab our other one. Whew. Unfortunately, guys, it looks like my laser's a bit low on battery. That's unfortunate. We're going to do our volcano instead. So this one, we're going to keep it dark as well. All right. Now, this is going to be a glow-in-the-dark volcano. I've got an ultraviolet light. Can you guys see that? It's a purple light. Now, this is the light that crime scene investigators use to see extra things, like blood on the walls. But what we're going to use it for is we're going to put a little bit of glow liquid in with a baking soda and vinegar volcano, and we're going to see how it looks in the dark. Sound good? So we're just going to take a little bit of baking soda. And then a little bit of our glow liquid is going to go in there too. Now, parents, if you're interested in doing this one at home, it's very simple. It's baking soda, vinegar, a little bit of soap. Our soap is over here. I haven't used it yet. This is highlighter liquid, and what I did to create it is inside there you'll see these are two little inside pads of a highlighter. All you have to do is break open a highlighter, take out the ink pads that are inside, and then add them to a glass of water, and then you'll have highlighter liquid that will glow under a black light, which is pretty cool. I'm going to add a little bit to my baking soda just to make it orange, and I'm going to mix it around. Then I'm going to add a little bit of soap. Now, for this experiment, if you want to do this one at home, it works best if you have a black light. You can get them very easily at Home Depot or something like that. Now we're going to swoosh our soap a little bit around. There we go. All right. And now we're going to add the catalyst. This is our white vinegar. Are you guys ready? Let's give it a go. I'm going to pour this in a slightly smaller container just so it's easier to pour. All right. I'm going to turn my UV light on. I'm going to point it right at it. And then I think we can go close up really quickly. Let me see. That didn't do it. Oh, okay. Your program doesn't provide the close-up, but that's okay. All right, you guys ready? Let's do it in 3, 2, 1. Nice. A foamy glow experiment. Here, I'll hold this up so you guys can see. This one is another great one for Halloween. You can use any type of highlighter and it'll work. All right, guys. Sorry about the lasers. Unfortunately, my laser is dead at the moment. I would totally love to use it, but it tricked me. It came on full at first, and then you'll see it's going to get dimmer and dimmer. So I only tried it for a second, and then it went out. It's unfortunate. Thank you guys for having me. That's about all of the experiments I have for you guys. Do we have any questions or anything like that? I'm going to turn on the lights.
So far, I haven't seen any questions come in, only comments saying how cool this was.
Awesome.
Thank you so much for doing this for us. We'll wait and see if any questions come in. So you're a teacher, you said?
I'm a teacher with Mr. Bond and the Science Guys. We're all a family company, my sister, my father, and I. We do birthday parties and after-school clubs and summer camps and in-school field trips in Nashville, Tennessee.
So if anybody had fun today, they could definitely book their own event, either in person or virtual. Is that true?
Yes, in person or virtual. We do homeschool groups. We do science clubs. I think we've got a few going outside of schools, but we're mostly in schools for the science clubs. For summer camps, we do a lot of different summer camps. I think we are going to be doing a virtual one as well. When did I first get into science? My dad has owned this business for 20 years. So I've been doing all of these different experiments since I was 1 or 2. He brought me around to every library in Tennessee doing a science show at every library. It's been a big part of my childhood and my growth.
Well, that kind of answers the next one. Who inspired you?
My father, yep.
Okay, here comes another one. Ooh, this is a good one.
Have I ever had an accident with my experiments? Yes, I have. Unfortunately, I did a big elephant toothpaste experiment. I think it was about 2 months ago, and it went up really quickly, and the wind caught it, and it just landed on me, which wasn't great, but I didn't get injured or anything like that. It was basically a bunch of foam that shot up into the sky, and then the wind took it, and it landed right on top of me. It was a little gross, but not a big deal.
Got it. Well, let's see if any other questions come in. I'll get you to hang on 1 second before I let you go. But I also have a couple of videos. So we're also doing this as part of our Pajama Walk fundraising event. So I've got a little show. All right. So, oops, let me take that other question down. That's all right. Let me take this question down and then I'll do it. Let me take that down and I'm going to show this one again, guys.
On the way.
Okay, here it is. So a fundraising tip is to use hashtags. So we have a couple different hashtags we're using for your fundraising. One is be comfortable with autism, because we want people to be comfortable with autism. We want people who have autism to be comfortable in their community. So that's one you can use. And then the other one is Autism Tea and Pajama Walk. So when you use those hashtags, they show up and we can share those with people and share your team. So you can get more donations for your team. I believe a question did come in. Oh, I love this one. Have you ever met someone with autism?
Yes, I have. I met quite a few students of mine that have had autism, and I love working with the autistic kids. They are really introspective. They think about things, and they ask really great questions.
Awesome. So for your summer camp, I see you have camps and clubs behind you. Is that something that would be open to kids on the spectrum?
It is, yes. We always have it open. We do like to be told, just so that we can know and give special attention.
Sure. Okay. Good to know. All right. We have one more tip. Let me post that tip. Yes. So invite your family and friends to join your team, make a donation, or share your posts. Include your team link, and when you do that, and there is a video on our Facebook page where you can find how to find your team link to share that on social media. And if you need help with that, you can reach out to the staff at Autism Tennessee. Oh, this one. What is your favorite experiment?
My favorite experiment? That's a toughie. I would probably choose the one that landed on my head. I would choose elephant toothpaste. It's pretty cool. It's the decomposition reaction of hydrogen peroxide, which is H2O2, into water, which is H2O. So it's turning H2O2 into H2O, which pretty easy.
But it
my
favorite. Like a foam?
Yes, basically it's kind of like this that we did here, but it usually hit the ceiling. It's so big.
Oh wow, my kids would love that one. All right, let me see if any others come in.
You can do that one at home with yeast mixed with water as your catalyst and hydrogen peroxide with a little bit of food coloring. Regular 3% hydrogen peroxide that's in your cabinet.
Very cool. Oh, we've had lots of questions in our family. We've had so much fun this morning. Thank you so much. That one just came in.
Thank you guys. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, it was awesome. I was supposed to do a drawing today for one of our prizes, but I have to say we've gotten a few new registrants and I hadn't had a chance to put them in the bucket. So instead of drawing and not including those people who have added this week, what I'm going to do is I'll do a Facebook Live later in the week and make sure I get all those people included. So we'll still have our weekly drawing. I'm just not going to do it right now because I don't want to leave anybody out. I do want to thank our sponsors again for hosting and sponsoring these events for us. We're so lucky to have sponsors that support the autism community. All right, we have Sherrard Rowe, Boynton Harbison, Dre Moore, Bridgestone Americas, Frist Cressy Ventures, Kay Griffin, Keystone Wells Fargo, the Frist Center for Autism and Innovation, Hall Strategies, Autism in Motion Clinics, and Jones Therapy Services. And I want to thank Mr. Bond Science Guys for being here and hosting this event for us today. It was super cool. I know a lot of our families have a loved one who's really into science and experiments. My family is one of those. So my boys are actually in the other room watching this. So thank you so much. And we might be in touch for a birthday party ourselves.
Yeah, no worries. Thank you guys so much. You guys have been a lovely group.
Yeah, thank you. All right. I am going to remove Mr. Bond from the screen, and I will go to our final video.